Good Saturday afternoon, people. It's Craig. Welcome back to Cruising on Crypto. So, as you can see from the thumbnail, I'm foreseeing some pain in the short term, some short-term pain for some hopefully long-term gain. And as you can see, I still have the green light on. The main light is green. I'm still long-term bullish, so nothing's changed. But yeah, I think the well FUD is continuing. They love to push the market down on the weekends, and this being a long weekend in the United States, the Labor Day long weekend, yeah, they're taking advantage of the fact that everybody's off at the cottage or boating or doing whatever they want to do to put some extra pressure on the market. Not only did we have Friday being a option expiry day, which always seems to have a pressure. It's the last day of the trading month, and every month that seems to be a down day, or the day before it as well, down day. And then on top of that, we have a long weekend in the United States. And so there's nobody at their computer to trade, or very few. So it's very easy for the whales to push the market down. If they want to push it down and cause a cascading effect again, where when people go away, they're at the cottage, a lot of times they go, well, I'll put a stop limit at this level. If it gets below that, it'll just sell me so I don't lose too much money. And you might even have some people that reloaded on their leveraged plays at the last dip. They thought, oh, I can't get any lower than this. I'm going to fill the boat and leverage up again. And a combination of stop loss orders getting hit by whales pushing down on the market and liquidations of leveraged players. Yeah, my gut feeling is we're going to go down and maybe touch the lows. So we're talking about these 5 coins that you can see on the screen. We've got Solana, Binance, Cardano, Polkadot, and VeChain. Those are the 5 I'm going to cover right now. I'm going to show you the graphs. Oh, before you go there though, check this out. YouTube is messing with me. See the number down there, 981 subscribers. Remember yesterday I was like, whoop, whoop, over 1,000, hit the goal. Thank you very much, people. I come in and I'm like, what? Look at this. I get on my channel just before I go here and I'm like, that's got to be a misprint. 981. What? I thought, did I just lose a whole bunch of subscribers? Did I say something to piss people off? And then all of a sudden I go on their little live count here. Nope, 981 subscribers. And the graph is moving up. So according to this, I never had 1,007 subscribers, which you saw I had in yesterday's episode. So the whole live feed on Sunday's off. I'm so upset. I don't know what YouTube's doing to me. They're just messing with my head. But as I mentioned in yesterday's episode, I want to get to the 1,000 so that YouTube will start monetizing the channel, so that they'll start promoting the videos, because there's nothing more frustrating than making videos, being proud of the content, getting good comments from the people that do watch it, but having, you know, a couple hundred people watch it, when I know if YouTube would just send it out on the recommended list, it would get 1,000 subscribers or whatever it would be, or 1,000 views. So long and short, having YouTube helping you promote your channel definitely is a big deal. So having it being monetizable it makes a world of difference. So if you're a brand new YouTuber and you're finding it's tough to get traction, it's probably because you're so small they don't promote your channel. I'm in the same boat. I have the other channel that's much, much larger, Cruising Off Duty, and I do not have any problem with that. In fact, back then they didn't have the 1,000 subscriber thing. Also, too, they changed it. It used to be 1,000 subscribers when they changed it to 1,000 and 1,000 hours of views, and now they changed it to 4,000 hours of views, which is, I'm like, come on. So on yesterday's episode, I was like, come on, YouTube, what are you doing to me? And maybe they heard me, and they're like, you know what we'll do to you for bad-mouthing us? We're going to take away 30 or 40 of your subscribers. I'm like, sad. Anyways, back to the matter at hand here. We want to talk about what the market's doing. So as we got to look at Bitcoin first. Every time we got to look at the tide that lifts all boats, or the ebbing tide that makes all boats fall. This little weekly candle was green. It is now slightly teeny weeny bit of red. And we need to look at the overall. This is a 24-hour. I could obviously zoom back and show you. Yesterday wasn't a good day either, but this is 24 hours showing everything that I follow. This is, Bitcoin, Matic, Alpha, VeChain, Link, Zilliqa, Dot, Cake, ADA, Swingbee, Auto. Anyways, you can see them all there. But as I've said in previous episodes, they all tend to move as a pack. You don't tend to find very often where one is shooting to the moon and everything else is falling. Occasionally it happens, but most time they all run in a herd. So everything's been down the last 24 hours. If I back it up just a little bit more, let's go to 48 hours. So that would mean just about 130. I'm thinking that's about 48 hours. So as you can see, Yeah, things are down 25, 22, 21, 20%, 19, 18, 17, 16. Everything's way down. The one that's got the least down is one of my tiny, tiny altcoins called Bucks. It's only down 7.35%. So as you can see, it's not that you know, if you're running into this problem too, if you picked one, let's say you only have one coin or two coins and you're like, oh, I must have picked the wrong coin. It's down 25%. No, everything's down 25%. So let's look at how things look in a smaller time frame. This is Bitcoin. Again, we always start with Bitcoin because as it goes, so goes the market. So this is the old low from the flash crash. But as you can see, it was mostly a wick, which really goes to show it was FUD manipulating. They just jammed down the market and forced it to go down. But then people, by the time they woke up to what was going on, they're like, damn, that's too low. I'm going to buy. And they bought it back so quickly. This is the hourly chart. So the wick is just implying a momentary drop. And then these close and the open are more important than where it was, especially when it spiked down like this. So it spiked down all the way down to under 30,000. We came back quickly, like really quickly, thinking of this as an hourly chart. It came back and was up to almost 40,000, no, 39,007, yeah, almost 40,000 within a couple hours. Like, that's crazy. From 30 to 40 in like 2-3 hours. So yeah, it looked like it was the flash crash. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Oh no, we're falling again. So we went and this was everybody's, okay, this will be the retest of the 29 or let's say 30,000 to round it off. It didn't quite get there. So I was thinking, well, maybe that was the retest. Maybe that's it. Maybe we're off to the races again. And it did look like that for a while. But here we are rolling over again. And I'm pretty sure, as you can see, this is the Fibonacci retracement. We've broken through the 38, the 50, and now the 618. We've broken all three of them. So now there's pretty much nothing to stop us. There is a 786 down here, but I don't really use the 786 very much. I figure if you get that close to the zero line, you're probably hitting the zero line. So since Bitcoin is most likely going to hit at least this low, which is at 31,000, let's hope it stops there. I mean, that would be a double test of, because I almost feel like this is the low because of the closes. These wicks down here can be misleading. Again, if there's nobody in the market and a whale blows $10 million onto the sell side and knocks it down, you know, $10,000 in a moment, but within 10 or 15 minutes, it's coming back to where it was. Do you really count that as a low, or is that just FUD manipulation by whales? And I think it's FUD manipulation. But these ones are all hourly closes. So you got to give that more weight. So if you want, I'm thinking this is the low we've got to test. So I'm thinking Bitcoin's going to get down tomorrow, probably. Sunday is usually the worst day. That's the day that the least number of people are sitting at their computer trading crypto. And unlike stocks, crypto trades 24/7 worldwide. So Sunday is still Sunday everywhere, though. So that's a great day for whales to put pressure on the market and knock out those leveraged players, those stop losses and all that. So I would think that maybe tomorrow we're going to see our low. Now, just before I made this, I already made the thumbnail and everything. I saw BitBoy Crypto, who's been telling everybody this isn't the end of the bull market. I guess even he's getting spooked because he just admitted he sold $2 million of his portfolio today in anticipation of tomorrow being a little lower than today. I think that's a bit of a gamble, but then again, that's only 10% of his portfolio, which if you do the math, means he's got a $20 million crypto portfolio. And he said during the flash crash, he lost $10 million. So I guess he used to have a $30 million crypto portfolio. So if you feel like you have pain, just be glad you're not Ben from BitBoy Crypto. He's down probably 15 or 20, $15 million probably at the end of this next drop. So that is Bitcoin. So let's move on to, and as you can see, it's blown through all the Fibonacci resistance points. So it's, in my mind, we're going down to test the bottom again. So let's get on to VeChain. Now it's looking a little better. This is the same hourly time frame. Again, I'll zoom out just so you can see. This is the flash crash. This is the real low in my mind. It still has a chance of staying above the 618, which is, so this 618 is at 9.441 cents. So if VeChain can stay above that, good on VeChain. But if Bitcoin goes all the way back to the zero line, I just don't see VeChain holding this line. It may not get as low because it's above where Bitcoin is. It may not get quite as low. Let's hope it stays at this support level, but I wouldn't bet the farm on it. Next one is ADA, Cardano. Looking just like VeChain, more bullish than Bitcoin. Again, here's the flash crash. Here's the real low in my mind. We are above the 618 retracement, which is at $1.35. We're just above it. Again, VeChain, Cardano, and a lot of these are just above that 618 retracement. Maybe Bitcoin's the only one that's going to go touch the zero line, or maybe it won't even get down there. But I'm just saying, worst case scenario, you got to anticipate what's the worst case scenario. I think the worst case scenario is all of these go back and test their zero line, which their zero line on this is about $1.05 on ADA. Oof. But always think of the positive, the silver lining. I'm fully invested right now. I was buying the dip during the flash crash. I was buying the dip back here. I'll be honest, I've put all the money I easily have at hand right now in the market, so I can't buy more. But I'm sure there's plenty of viewers out there that have dry powder on the side. Maybe you're a brand new crypto investor and you're thinking, oh, I missed it when we were up here, or even before that. I think we were even higher than that. You might have felt like we missed it. You might have just put a little taste in the market and wished you had more. Well, this is your opportunity. If we go back down and touch these zero lines, I think you have, well, it's all risk reward. Your reward is very good if we go back into the bull market like we expect to. Let's go back, remind ourselves that this is the stock and flow thing. And as you can see, even this dotted line, I mentioned that in a previous video, this stock and flow part is pre-put in based on the way things run in the 4-year cycles. It's funny that the pre-written stock and flow actually had this dotted line drop down and then go back up again, exactly where we had this massive drop and hopefully back up again. But if we do go back up and we hit the 300,000 on Bitcoin, then all these other coins are going to take off. So this might be the perfect opportunity to get in either here, put maybe dollar cost average or do it in stages, get a little bit at $1.35, let's say, and then leave some powder to get it down here. If we ever get down to $1.05, I'd be loading the boat. And Cardano. Cardano, in my mind, has the most bullish future ahead of it because of all of this Alonzo smart contract test nets that are going on now that are going to be fully implemented by the end of August, early September, and all that positive news. And Charles Hoskinson on his YouTube channel always touting what's new, what's exciting, what's going on. It's always in the media. And since he's front and center, it helps the coin get mass attention. And therefore, I think that coin's going to keep going up bullish, more than Bitcoin, more than the overall market during the rest of the bull market. So yeah, good opportunity to get into that. This one is Binance. Again, this one's actually looking even more bullish than the last two. It didn't even make it to the 50% retracement, which is at around, let's just say $300. It hasn't made it down there, so you'd have to break that support, then break the 618 at 278 around, and then you'd have to go all the way down to the zero. So I'm feeling good about that. I have a crap ton of Binance coin because I yield farm a lot, and Binance coin tends to be the second coin that you marry things up with. So as a percentage of my portfolio, Binance is by far the largest. So if that can hold up, hallelujah. On to the next one. Solana. This is my more recent purchase. I wish I'd waited another couple of days. I could have got it cheaper. But anyways, I do believe a lot in Solana. What they have going for them is that they are a smart contract that is going to blow the doors off of Ethereum and actually even Binance and everybody else. They can do something like 65,000 transactions per second. Not only does Solana move transactions so quickly, they charge a crazy low fee. In fact, I have a chart I'll throw on the screen after I edit it. I'll throw on the screen a kind of a comparison chart that was made from a few months ago. It just goes to show you how tiny the gas fees are going to be on Solana. So a lot of people are already lining up to get on there. All those people that have gaming tokens, those gaming, or they want to sell NFTs, the last thing they want is their clients to not want to buy their NFTs because of the gas fees. And that's what the Ethereum blockchain is having problems with. So much congestion. Average fees of $65. And you're getting some fees during the high points of the day that are like $200. So imagine you're trying to buy an NFT from some sporting event, you want to buy the video of some guy doing a slam dunk, and you get a gas fee of like almost $100 or $200. So you pay $200 for your NFT and get charged $200 in gas fees. I mean, before you hit the buy button, you should really look at your gas fees to make sure you really want to commit to that. But I just think Ethereum is going to get left at the station if it doesn't smarten up and get that Ethereum 2.0 done with a lot lower gas fees. Anyways, so I'm into Solana. Let's just look at the resistance again. We can go back. They didn't have, this is the flash crash. I think as far as I can tell, they didn't really have the flash crash like the rest of them did. But there is this lower low that happened. So whatever way it gets there, it got there eventually. It didn't hit the flash crash low, and then it had another low that was even lower. So I've taken the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, and as you can see, we are just above the 618 retracement at 26, let's just say $26. If we get through that, I'm going to put a little bit of a support line here at the closing lows, which is around $21. And then if you really have to hit the wick, then it's around $19. Yeah, again, if you have dry powder, keep your eye. That might be a blue light special sale going on a really good smart contract. And then one more that I'll throw in for good measure. It's not one of the ones I put on the thumbnail, but it's one I have quite a bit in. And it's the Cake coin for PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap, if you're not aware, is the largest AMM, the automated market maker on the Binance Smart Chain. It is dwarfing Uniswap, which is Ethereum's version, because of the gas fees. It is just pushing such huge volume and therefore making huge profits. And so I'm a big believer that that coin is going to obviously stand the test of time. And during a bull market, AMMs and DEXs tend to generally do really well. So I've got a bunch of money in this. It's not as big as Binance, but it's my second biggest one. Again, looking better than Bitcoin. It's just broken the 50% just now. It was above it. What's this one? An hour ago, it was above it. But so we still have the support at the 13.59. And then again, if we have the absolute worst case scenario in my mind, you got to go down to the zero line, which is about 950. So there you go. I think you can see that I feel there's going to be some short-term pain for the long-term gain. I still believe we are in a bull market. If you notice, I got two colors going. I didn't even mention that at the beginning. So I've been saying if I'm bullish, it's green. If I'm bearish, it's red. So I am, how do I do this? Short-term bearish, meaning the next 48 to 72 hours, and long-term bullish. So yeah, still bullish. Just keep in mind that you have to decide what you want to do on your own. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm going to hold on. I think, yeah, we could touch the lows again, but what's your alternative, right? What's your alternative? You're going to sell everything and put it in US dollars again? When you know that the $6 trillion spending package just went through, they're already at like 29 trillion debt. They're going to add another 6 to it. So we're at like 35 trillion in the United States. Inflation is going to run rampant. And that should be good for Bitcoin, should be good for gold, good for silver, good for Bitcoin and all the other cryptocurrencies, because they are exiting fiat currency. And that's what you want to do with your assets. Get the hell out of Dodge, get the hell out of fiat currency, and get into something that is deflationary. And most of the cryptocurrencies are either they have a set cap or they're deflationary, which means they're actually burning coins and taking them out of circulation as they make profits. So that is far better than the fiat currency system, where they just print money willy-nilly at the drop of a hat just to make people happy, give away money left, right, and center. That house of cards is going to collapse very soon. So yeah, if there were good options outside of crypto, and I said, yeah, if you want to liquidate some and move it into what, stocks? I mean, I think there's going to be a big pullback in those soon. Bonds, they don't pay any interest. So you don't really have a choice unless you're 100% sure crypto is going to collapse another 50, 60%. But going back to this just quickly, let me switch screens here. Going back to this is not what the top of a bull market looks like. See how it's flat? That was congestion, and then the whale FUD happened. Every other bull market is a rocket ship to the moon. Everybody's piling in. The pandemonium, as I call it, the euphoria. Oh my God, everybody at the bus stop, everybody around the water coolers talking about what cryptocurrency they have. We haven't gotten there yet. But what we do have over these two previous bull markets is we have corporate adoption. We have banks getting into it. JP Morgan's, Goldman Sachs. We've got all these ETFs that are trading in Bitcoin, Ethereum. We've got Grayscale Trust. We've got all these trusts. We've got Kathy Wood from ARK Invest investing in these Bitcoin trusts and ETFs. So there's so much more corporate adoption that never happened in 2017 or in 2013. And if you're thinking this pullback must mean a bear market, there's two things to think about. I don't have the data to show you because my data stops right after it. But in 2013 bull market, we actually had equivalent to like 2 peaks. It went up, overbought on the charts, and then it had an 82 or 83% pullback before eventually rocketing up again to this all-time high in 2013. So I'm thinking, and many other people are thinking, that this is the halfway point that we've always had a pullback in on almost every one. In 2013, it was 83%. In 2017, there was like a 40% one. And now we're at, what, 55? The low was around 55%. So we aren't at 83%. Let's hope we don't have to do that again, like 2013. But just so you know, this doesn't negate a bull market. Now, we could trade sideways for a while and then have to catch up to where we should be, which means the bull market would end later than I'd originally said and many other people have originally said, which would be September, October. Because of this delay tactic of going down and then us having to build our way back up again, maybe our top doesn't happen until early 2022. So things are flexible, things change, but still bullish, still bullish. Now, if we barrel through these all-time lows and close below it, then we have to reassess. Then we might be in a bear market that will last a few months, and then we'll have to return to a bull market after that. Again, let's just cross that bridge when we come to it. I don't think that's going to happen. I think one of these two lows in Bitcoin is going to be the bottom, and then we should be off to the races. That's enough time for the whales. Let's see the motivation here. That's enough time for the whales to have been backing up their trucks and filling their boat with Bitcoin, that then they're going to start doing the opposite of FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. They're going to start having their media outlets pump out all sorts of good news stories about Bitcoin, like, Elon and Michael Sayer have gotten together and they've decided now Bitcoin is green again and everybody should get into Bitcoin. It's the savior. It's the new digital currency, or whatever comes out. If all the positive media stuff starts coming out, then you're going to see a ripping bull market like we saw in 2017 and 2013. So hopefully you found this episode entertaining or informative. If so, show the channel some love by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you already haven't. I'm not even going to mention what my goal is because I've already been there once. Anyways, subscribe if you already haven't. Hit that bell notification button so you know when the next episode is out. We will do a live episode when I get the channel to a properly monetized channel. So I don't know when that'll be. Who knows? It'll come. It'll come. We got to reward ourselves with that live one at some point in the near future. So until next time, if you're an American, enjoy your 3-day weekend. And if everybody else in the world, just have a great weekend. Don't fret. Don't freak out. Don't spaz out about this pullback. It's probably coming, but it's going to be short and sweet. And then we'll be on to those gains that we've been talking about. So until next time, this is Craig signing off, wishing you happiness, health, and wealth in that order. Ciao for now.